Hello and welcome to the next video of my LPL 2024 preview series where we're going to cover RNG, otherwise known as Royal Never Give Up. A team that really only made one move this past offseason after a year that many would say was a disappointment by RNG standards and their fan standards after years and years of success. Zhao Hu leaves, they struggle, Ming even left for summer, the struggles continued. And so in 2021 they went 24-8, and then in 2022 went 25-7. Very good years. Went to Worlds, but last year 16-16. Very lackluster. The changes they've made to their roster, they allowed Lamau and Lele to leave. Lamau and Lele were the supports for Summer Split. LWX was brought in to be the AD carry from FPX, former world champion. So now this roster has a world champion on it. But that's something to note, right? So LP is still here. They brought in ZQE as well, anyone's legends, AD carries. So they have 3 LPL AD carries from summer on their roster. Top lane is Breathe. The average age is 22.4 for this roster, by the way. 89 games played, 2.8 KDA, 8.2 CS per minute, 54.4 KP. He's a good player. Sometimes can play great, but just a solid, good top laner. Like, there's not really a lot to say negatively about Breathe. 21.4 gold share, 497 damage per minute, 23.2 damage share, played 17 champions last year. Kesante, Sion, Renekton being his 3 most played, and they accounted for just over half of his games. Behind him is Panda C. Yes, the same Panda C that played for LNG last year. 84 games with the LDL squad. He would struggle. 3.3 KDA, 7.7 CS per minute, 54.1 KP. 20.3 gold share, 477 damage per minute, 12 champions played. Still not an LPL level player. He shouldn't have been on LNG to begin with at that time, but due to some drama that occurred. Technically, they only have one jungler under contract in Wei on the team. He must be playing Demacia Cup because, they don't have another jungler listed. 21 years old, 89 games played, 3.3 KDA, 5.3 CS per minute, 72.2 KP. A lot like Breathe, a good to great player. He is elite when he is on and good when he is off. You really can't complain much about Wei. 18.7 gold share, 349 damage per minute, 15.8 damage share, 12 champions played. Wukong, Vi, Maokai account for 58% of his games. Mid lane is Tangwan, 19 years old, one of the youngest mid laners in LOL Esports 4 major regions. That's something to note because he played the whole season under this moniker and is still one of the youngest ones. He improved from spring to summer. I think that's undeniable, and I believe that sort of grace should be given to him to see if he can continue that trajectory this year. A lot of people condemning him. I did in spring. But then again, he improved, so he's redeemed. 53 games last year, 3.8 KDA, 8.3 CS per minute, 70 KP, so more facilitator-oriented, involved in team fights. 21.6 gold share, 514 damage per minute, 23.9% of RNG's damage in the games he played. 11 champions picked. Ani, I almost did it yesterday, I just did it now. Annie, Ari, Nico are 60% of his champion pool. XZZ is the LDL mid, 21 years old, played 109 games last year, and, is nothing to write home about. 4.8 KDA is nice, but 8 CS per minute, 67.8 KP. 21.3 gold share, 581 damage per minute, 14 champions played, and they've brought in Zhao Ke as another player for the LDL in mid. The newcomer to the team, LWX, 25 years old, 76 games played with FPX last year, 3 KDA, 9.8 CS per minute, 71.7 KP. Alongside Chow Chow was more than solid. Very good player. Would I say he's great? No. But would I say he's good? Yes. 25 gold share, 588 damage per minute, which was 29.7% of FPX's damage. And that's something to note because we're going to compare these numbers directly to LP, who I frankly believe should not have been replaced, but that's neither here nor there. 13 champions played. Aphelios, Zeri, Zaya are 46% of LWX's games. Now you have LP, 21 years old. If you watch my 80 carry rookie video, you'll see LP's stats are not that bad. Relative to Leave, I think that he actually did quite well once he went through this whole crap with RNG with Lamau and Lele and bot lane. I mean, hell, even LWX played with Lele at points this past season, if I recall correctly. He should not be being replaced. I think he should still be playing. He is an LPL level 80 carry. Frankly, I think upper half. And at his age, I mean, a lot of teams could do much worse than LP. 87 games, 4.2 KDA, 9.4 CS per minute, 65.9 KP. So gives up a bit of farm and not as involved, which is not great. 24.3 gold share, but still put up 671 DPM, and that was 29% of the team's damage, whether it was with LNG or RNG. So nearly the same amount of relevance in terms of share, but a lot more damage than LWX. 13 champions played. GQE played 18 games with Anyone's Legend, and he struggled. Anyone's Legend, not a great place to begin with, but, he's only going to do so well. 2.5 KDA, 8.7 CS per minute, 68.1 KP, 24.2 gold share, 502 damage per minute, which was 26.5% of AL's damage. 9 champions played, and Naughty is their fourth 80 carry on the roster. 8 games played last year, 4.2 KDA, 9.2 CS per minute, 60.8 KP in the LDL. 23.9 gold share, 590 damage per minute, played 5 different champions. So we'll see if he plays at all. The fact that they have this many, they could have made moves. Go trade LP away then if you want LWX and go get a mid laner that's better than Tangwan. I think you can make a case for that. Instead, you're paying a guy that isn't going to get any playing time, which I don't think is good for anybody. Support is Ming. Ming is one of the best supports ever. I'd have him in the conversation for top 5. A great player, 25 years old. Will do well alongside LWX. I think that's going to be one of the better bot lanes this year in the LPL, to be honest. 39 games, 3.6 KDA, 76.4 KP. Keep in mind this was in spring. So 3 out of every 4 kills alongside Gala at the time. 194 damage per minute, 14 champions played. Nautilus, Heimer, Nami accounting for 44% of those games. Like I said, keep in mind this is limited to spring. Bunny also played with RNG last year. So 21 years old. These are LPL stats as well. So out of the 6 players they have in bot lane in their depth chart, 5 of them played LPL games last year. So there was a lot of experience on this team, even at the LDL level. In the 6 games, Bunny struggled. There's no way to hide that. 1.8 KDA, only a 56% KP. So he was dead before kills even started rolling in. But put up 283 damage per minute, and that was because it was in spring when he played. 4 champions played. Coach right now is listed as Martin. Martin is 16-16 over his career as a coach, at least being accredited at the highest level on Leaguepedia, and 1-6 in the playoffs. He was accredited with being LNG's coach in 2021 for spring, and then last year RNG in summer. So we'll see how that goes for them. RNG, I think, is going to be a roster that people are overlooking and will be surprised by this year, to be honest with you. I think people are kind of forgetting that RNG is a pretty solid team, and you could argue improved. It's tough. It's an argument. I think between LP and LWX. I think a lot of people are going to look back at LWX as like World's years and things like that and be like, oh, yeah, he's this good. And it's like, yeah, how many years ago was that? So, I mean, where LP still has a blossoming career going on, if that makes sense. So, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And I hope to see you again tomorrow.